Yeah, it's definitely important to me, and it's vital for Fresno.
Right.
You know, many people, not everybody, but many people see faith as the single most driving issue in their life. So that means that they care about what their faith says about social justice, they care about what their faith says about relationships, about their position in society, about what they owe society. So if you get to learn more and more about what everybody sees, you know, how do they see their position on this earth? Are they stewards of the earth? Are they dominating over the earth? If you look at the different ways that they see themselves in relation to the entire creation, you can understand Fresno a lot more. You can understand our world a lot more. So it's really important that we get to know what people think and
Yeah.
what drives them. When I went to Fresno State, my undergraduate work was in religious studies. And I would say that looking for and searching for other faiths and what they had to offer is what drove me to my faith. I didn't grow up in a religious household where you know, religion was a centerpiece of our life.
Yeah.
And it was through searching other people's religions and ideologies, and actually just not even knowing where I wanted to be or what I wanted to think or what religion I felt that I needed to follow. It was through searching all these different ideas that I started thinking there's something more for me to understand. There's something more that I want to find. I think that poor is the person who is willing to just think I have enough with what I have and leave everybody else alone. You definitely have to bring in this great variety and this wide spectrum of human experience to try to better understand who you are and your place in the world. The first class that I took, which was called, I don't know, something like Interfaith Relations and Dialogue, I don't know what it exactly was called. You had to write a paper about your own journey to religion. And I titled my paper, Well, I Don't Eat Pork. Because for me growing up, when somebody would ask me, what does it mean to be Muslim? Are you Muslim? You know, I said I was Muslim because that's what I was told. I'm a Muslim. And then when somebody would ask me, what does that mean? I would tell them, well, I don't eat pork. Because for me, the entirety of my faith was that I didn't eat pork.
Right.
Nothing else. I didn't know anything else. I didn't realize that I was in a faith that, first of all, had great teachings about the placement of human beings, great scientific advancements and teachings, great social justice teachings, great environmental teaching. I didn't care, you know, I was a kid, but I didn't eat pork. That was the entirety of my religious experience. You know, if I could just go to school forever and just study religion, I think I could do it. All religions. You know, not just, I want to study my religion more and more and more and more, but I love studying other religions. I love going to churches and hearing what they have to say. I love sitting at the clergy caucus when you have rabbis, ministers, reverends, Buddhist priests. You have them all coming together to talk about who they are and what makes them them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the most beautiful and enlightening experiences. And I don't think you should have to be a religious leader or a religious activist to go into those kind of meetings. I think everybody should be experiencing that. Islam is a religion rich with social justice, racial justice, economic justice, environmental justice, 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 justice. The key to Islamic faith is justice. The main theme in the Quran is justice. The main theme in the Prophet Muhammad's life is justice. The main theme in my imams' lives were justice. So the most beautiful thing that Islam can bring is justice. Because the Islamic Center has been on the forefront of so many movements in Fresno, it's become sort of like a voice for the Muslim people in Fresno. Whenever anybody has any questions or any issues, they come here, they ask. Whether that be, you know, students or the elderly or schools. We bring a lot of schools in and we go to a lot of schools, or the news. They might come here and ask us. So it's become kind of at the forefront of the Muslim voice in Fresno. Before the center opened, I was already a practicing Muslim. However, like many other people who go through transitions in their life, I think I was more closed up. I was closed up that, you know, I thought that I liked my way and I didn't like every other way, but I liked other ways, but not as much. And this center then reminded me of what I was learning in college. It reminded me of those beautiful things that I had read in other books.
Yeah.
Because they were bringing in leaders from other faiths to come here and talk to me, talk to us as a community. But for me, it was me. They were talking to me. I don't think I would have the ability to work or serve a place that boxed itself in.
Mm-hmm.
That was me 15 years ago. I don't think I could serve that place.
Right.
But since I know that serving here means that I get to be out there with all those other leaders working for social justice and economic justice, then yeah, it makes it a lot easier.